Another win, but who's counting?
I was worried for a second. Weapon
Hey! Over here! Nice!
needs fabric? We still have stock.
Ah, hello, stranger. Oh, really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go pass out.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that he said you'd pick up.
If you're looking for the captain and his crew, they're upstairs. Mind taking these drinks up when you go?
my favorite envoy! Thank you for bringing us back together. I only regret that dear Runga couldn't join us, but she was always a shy one. Nonsense, nonsense. You did more than I could have, and more than any of us salty old dogs deserve. Oh, but I nearly forgot. Did the bartender send you up without drinks? It's not a reunion without a toast.
The captain promised us an aged rum.
I can't have much. I get queasy. Excellent, excellent. Here, envoy, a little something from my travels all those years ago. May it bring fortune to your journeys too. Now, make a toast for us. Give us all something more to drink to. To new times ahead.
To the healing of wounds.
Not all wounds can... I wish Rwanga were here. Drink. Drink!
For once, I'm grateful that I prefer wine.
Oh my. What's happened to Koa?
I think he's dead, boss.
Dead? Why, this is tragic. Oh, it must have been his rum allergy. It always goes straight to his...
I believe the captain just made us unknowing accomplices to a crime.
I'll never forget what you did for me here. Oathbinder bless and keep you.
So, that's how the mad art...
Thank you for returning. I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot Thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would. And now, predictably, they're missing. Any real soldier would know the worst crime against his brothers in arms is desertion. He should have stayed with them to the end. I'll make sure these badges are given to the survivors.
Don't forget your friend Maiko and his
Subtle. Next time they ought to go for X marks the spot.
Yeah? So what are you gonna do to impress her?
Oh! I'll balance my dagger's pommel on my finger while I drink a pint. The whole crew liked it last time.
You sure that's a good idea? That's how you got all the scars on your hands, isn't it?
Nah, I'm getting better at it. You'll see.
If you say so.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his... Welcome back. How can I help?
If you need material... Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat. We'd run out of resources eventually, and then we wouldn't have the money to restock. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Did you hear about Naguno?
The old guy?
Oh, it's you. I'm not sure what you did out in the mines, but, the prices are what they are now. Thought you'd want to know. Whew, I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who...
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it. Ismolt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
godlike. Ah, back already? Have you got the heart? Huh? You won't even let an old man ask how you like my designs. Fine then. Start talking. Damn that child to the depths! They were never supposed to know. I have the dream scourge. I'm starting to feel it in my bones. You'd think it comes on slowly. So slowly, I don't think folk realize until it's too late. I've got shakes, tremors that weren't there before. But the worst are the dreams. Sand swallowing Thirdborn. A garden, vines eating at old ruins. People say the dream scourge is a soul plague. I'm no fool. It's in my head, eating away at me. I saw it at the gates of Thirdborn. People go mad. They kill their kin. I don't want to hurt Chico. I'd hope to go out quietly, but my Nakai is smart. I didn't realize I want to die as myself. On my own terms.
On the one hand, it isn't our place to decide how someone ought to live or die. On the other hand, the Leviathan's heart was never his to begin with. Finders keepers. At the end of the day, I think eating a Leviathan's heart is an impractical way to end one's life. To each their own.
Hasn't this place seen enough death? You gotta seize every moment you're given, old man. You owe that much to Chico. You gotta give him more of a goodbye than this.
You can understand that, can't you? Give me the heart. Give me this one act of courage. You can't! Damn you! Oh, this path can only end badly for Chico. Maybe the rest of Thirdborn too. You may have doomed us all! Ah, hero of Thirdborn. I'm nothing but a helpless, unstable man.
He writhes as we writhe. Yet he lives. How could life bring him pain?
Good luck, godlike. You'll need it. This damned sickness is getting worse.
I know you just talked to my uncle. You didn't give him the heart, did you? Thank the gods.
I'm Hajime with the Tiranui. Chico said there was something about a Leviathan heart. And their uncle Capo, they said he was planning something terrible. That's all they gave me to go on. Gods, Capo's fallen a lot farther than I thought. Well, if you don't need anything else, I'll be on my way.
Thank you. I mean it. I'm sorry my uncle is sick. But I'm not sorry I know. I'll spend as much time with him as I can. What? No. No, that's not possible. Even if it were, there must be a way to stop it. Gods. I just feel I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to have the heart. I want the one thing I can't have. For him to be all right. You don't have to say anything. I'm sorry. Here. Take my uncle's armor. He meant it for me, but I'm not using it. Maybe you can give it a new story. I should go see him now.
Poor kid. I always liked them. Shame it had to come to this.
Thank you for telling us about Tama. For what it's worth, I don't think less of you. Dealing with grief, it's never easy.
I've lost people before. You're right. The grief is never easy. What I didn't know how to deal with was the shame, knowing I'd failed them.
We never fail those who love us. But our conscience tells us otherwise. I once heard rumors about the cataclysm in the Deadfire. Something about the lost city of Ukaizo. Does that ring any bells?
The higher-ups with fancy hats were looking for it, but that was all above my rank.
There was also talk of a broken machine. A device so large that it towered over the city.
It definitely sounds like the kind of thing the fancy hats would have been interested in. But why are you so curious about something on the other side of the world?
I have my reasons. Tell me, where did you learn to hunt?
Early on, I learned from a warden named Ilinka. After that, I learned a lot from just going out and surviving on my own.
I'll bet you're a natural. You make it look effortless.
If you know what you're doing, it's not really that hard.
Some hunt with their eyes and ears, but you are hunting with your soul.
Not sure I get what you mean.
I believe you were a true hunter in a past life. An apex predator, like a Stelgar. You may not know it, but those instincts are still yours. Lying dormant, like a cat in the tall grass.
Right, that's me. Marius, king of the grasslands.
With a little animancy, we could awaken your former self. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh well. Let me know when you change your mind.
Could you possibly chew any louder?
Only if you say please.
Nimdude. We'll have every dream thrall in the scarp after us.
At least he's not as loud as the envoy, gulping down potion after potion.
It takes a real talent to gulp them all at once.
Well, just keep it down. I can't hear myself think.
Are you seeing anyone, Marius? Romantically, I mean.
Right. I knew this would come up eventually.
I only bring it up because romance is good for the soul.
So is finding a good pile of deersaka on a hunt. But I'm not advising you to go looking for it.
Under the right conditions, you can even measure the energy of a romantic tryst. Isn't that fascinating?
To you, sure.
Oh well. Let me know if you change your mind. I know a lot of shy academics in need of an experienced guide.
I'll let you know.
Kai, can I borrow your pistol?
I don't usually lend it out. Why?
I was hoping to make a few simple modifications.
What kinds of modifications?
Well, I was going to start by removing the trigger.
What?
Then snapping off the hammer.
Are you serious?
And finally, stuffing the barrel with tree sap.
Why would you do this?
Because I caught you reading my diary, that's why.
Giada, I promise on my life and on every life my soul has ever lived, I will never touch your diary again. And I'm very, very sorry.
Wonderful. In that case, you can hold on to your little toy.
Well, that was hard to watch. You okay?
I will be.
I met this animancer one time. You might know him.
Oh? Who would that be?
Tall guy, beard, spectacles, hair.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Had this thing around his neck. Gold, I think. Hummed a lot.
Humming is common, as is jewelry.
Had this nasally voice, like, "Oh, please, don't touch that machine. It's worth more than you are."
Oh! Was it Lysonio Galatini, the wandering teacher of Spirento? The renowned musician of the soul?
No, that's not it. I guess you didn't know him.
Well, let me know if you remember. Have you ever been to the Valian Republics?
A couple of times. Plenty of mercenary contracts out there. What about you? That's where your people came from before they founded Fjord.
I've never even left the island before. The Republics are said to be innovators in arts, government, and animancy. but also corruption.
That's probably why there's so much work for people like me.
One day, I would very much like to visit, if only to understand why my people left. I'm starving. Serves me right for not packing enough snacks.
I've got some cheese. You want to share?
You have cheese? Where did you get cheese?
Maurice's pack. It's full of snacks. I figured he wouldn't miss a little cheese.
I won't tell if you don't.
Right. Did someone eat my special cheese?
Cheese? No, not me. What about you, Kai?
Believe me, you'd know if I'd eaten it.
It was medicinal cheese for my stomach, and someone ate it.
Oh, rats, maybe?
Well, someone ate it. The sooner they confess, the sooner we can move past it.
Guess we'll be here a while.
Right. I thought this might happen, which is why I took the liberty of going through Kai's pockets.
Uh-oh.
Guess what I found? Crumbs. Cheese crumbs.
That doesn't prove anything.
It's my fault, Marius. I was starving, and Kai was generous enough to share.
Marius, I'm sorry for enjoying your special cheese.
That cheese was aged 10 years in a seaside cave. The next time you're peckish, ask, and I'll get you something fresher.
For what it's worth, it was delicious.
Oh, I know, Giada. I know. Oh, Giada, your weird device thing was making a noise last night.
Really? What kind of noise?
It was this high-pitched buzzing sound.
Ah, nothing to worry about. That just means a ghost passed through camp.
Right. But, what?
Must have been a big one, too. Sorry I missed it.
I'm sorry I didn't.
And that is why Adra and Copper are the only reliable conductors of soul essence. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?
Right. I think you lost me a while back then.
Really? Oh. I suppose that explains the heavy breathing.
He can sleep with his eyes open. Says it's a survival trick, but I think he does it to avoid my war stories.
What's the last thing you remember? We can start from there.
Oh, I seem to remember. Remember you coming. over and saying, "Hey Marius, can we talk?"
That was hours ago.
Right. And feel free to start over from the beginning. I promise to listen this time.
It's all right. Perhaps another time.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you for visiting Tama's memorial with me. I ran from that for so long. I never would have faced it without your help. Like I just woke up with a hangover. Every feeling, every memory I tried to keep a lid on is sloshing around, and I'm struggling to keep my balance. But it's a process.
We think of grief as a burden, as something to be conquered. After a while, it gets to be so familiar, it's almost a source of comfort.
I wish this were another burden to conquer. That would feel easier. It's hard to imagine grief ever being a comfort. But I'll have to take your word for it.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I'll get there. And thank you for seeing this through with me. Was there something else? Night, envoy. Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Something to be said for that. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but it was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and Merc being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow... Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the... I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn scene. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards... Instead of drifting. Yeah. For the longest time, I was just running from Tama's death. Thanks to you, I'm starting to think about what I might head towards. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire. You've been consistent. You brought Egwolf to Adir's justice, and the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord went forward. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. Tama's and the... Until you... like...
This plague is tearing everything apart.
Maybe you're both right. Thirdborn's only survived because... I just hope the people living... I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway. I've been meaning to talk to you about Katoa. You did what you had to do, Envoy. putting them down was for the best. Given the alternative? Yeah. Those two fought for Rawatai in the Deadfire. They learned how to disrupt enemy movements and destroy supply lines. They'd have nipped and poked at your comrades at Eagle's Reach until Adir finally snapped back. At Thirdborn, most likely. All while the two of them remained secure and defended in their tower. Back in the rough country, they were part of the Rukapa, elite warriors in the service of the Ranganui himself. They were always intense, but I never would have thought they'd go that far. Nor I, but this goes beyond defense. Thirdborn's under threat, but if loose cannons like them fire at everything that moves, they'll draw even more trouble to our walls.
They lash out like cornered animals, giving the Steel Garrote a reason to fight back. Not that they need a reason.
Still, better not to give them one. You really think any amount of chest thumping would turn away Ludwig and the Steel Garrote? Or the full force of the Adiran army if it came to that? The Living Lands is changing. We've got... If it's not Adir, it'll be someone. I'll be here if you need me. Seeing Capo like that was hard. Envoy. He's always been the toughest among us. But it's more important that he say his goodbyes. Properly. They would have taken it hard. The story goes that a lot of the first to run... But it's sort of... People... Your words, not mine. Here, for the... Me too.
This wasn't your fault.
Because there weren't enough seasoned soldiers. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Bothered? Petraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Right. What do you need? Right. Changing the subject. Until next time.
Marius, what do you know about snake bites?
All there is to know. What bit you?
I don't know. It just slithered out of my bedroll.
Listen to me, this is very...
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. How can anyone expect us to do both? As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Agreed. They can no longer hide in the shadow of benevolence. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. Not only can she fight, she can hold her liquor. Couldn't even tell you where it goes. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Not before I've done some reading. Katoa and Hayako. An interesting pair. They were trying... That's worth a slap on the wrist, not a death sentence. I only bring it up because people are growing wary of your empire. Just don't give them an excuse to take their anger out on us. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. What are you... Pleasant dreams. When I joined you, I thought we'd be exploring the intersection of the physical and the spiritual, not bickering over sulfur. Yet here we are. Without those mines, Thirdborn has no gunpowder. They lost an advantage when they need... I'll have to take your word for it. I have little interest in matters of war. And it'll take more than gunpowder to wrest the Anyway, what do I know? I'm an animancer, not a strategist. Pleasant dreams. Kai, you've killed people before.
Good evening to you, too. And Yeah.
Have you ever been haunted by one of them?
Well, the first has always stayed with me. This was in Dead 5. We were boarded.
Singing sand, we feel the essence seep from the ruins. The teeth and the dunes roll. A lion kneels. A blight, what ruled the land alone, now seeks the safety of the pride. Let the vulture feed once. We feel the people of Thirdborn huddle together in the dark. We smell desperation, panic. They turn to each other. The rose does not depend on the moth. We look deeper. What do you know of this? For years, we watched gifts, promises. Still, the words, do its waves sing to you? Spring turned, new leaves breach the impenetrable. A bush unfurls amid the suffering, and how can it sprout? From what? Four arms build together, a fence made strong. We have learned much. Dream of shimmering scales as you rest.
perhaps a more vibrant Oh, hello. A hero passing by on a noble quest, are you? It seems everyone I meet is on some kind of quest these days. Goodness, I was joking, but you sound serious. You know, sometimes I think the gods speak to me through my art. I've been trying to capture the essence of the sands. The sands are alluring, but confounding. I'm missing something. What do you see? I won't deny that, but doesn't the fang of a serpent glitter like gold? Wait, gold! That's it! That's the dimension I was looking for. I will. Thank you. Now, I've got to get to work. I've got to hurry before the paint dries out.
Got eyes on something?
Quick and quiet. That's one for us.
Ready? Aim.
Stand back.
Something happened here. A home became a prison. We thrash against the web that binds. What must... Learn its ways to survive. Your resolve pulses.
Lead the way.
Protect the envoy!
Devour!
I see you!
On your right!
good shooting try.
Yeah. Yeah.
He disturbs us. Fear in the eyes. Die.
Take your best shot.
Well.
Three things you can count on here. Sand, monsters, and more sand.
Coming in hot.
Company. Nicely done.
Watch your back. Good fight.
Ah, a fellow traveler. Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. That's a good question, my friend. Anywhere. The Adirans have taken Eagle's Reach. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change. They wouldn't listen. See here, that is a grave thing to accuse a person of. How'd you like it if I implied you were poisoning people? One man's carelessness is another's noble experiment. Risk, reward. Now, if you don't mind, I risk. Ingrates.
Quiet as a soul.
Mind me not to spook you.
Who's next? Anyone?
Oh, no, you don't!
Not bad, envoy.
You're mine now!
Couldn't have done it better.
Yeah.
Alive, we've got a customer.
Greetings and salutations, traveler. Welcome to our shop. Still a work in progress, of course. But once you stop being blurry, we can get to business. No, my vision's perfect. Just since I got bit by that giant spider, things have been blurry. It probably wasn't even venomous. The bite's not even that itchy. Oh, damn. I thought we got them all. Sorry about that. I'm sure I'll be fine. Really, it sounds like you worry too much.
Really? Daiko sent you? Can I ask just what he expected? Did he think sending a messenger would make me forget what an ass he is? You're the one who made things complicated. It's just like Daiko. Now that I've done all the legwork, he just wants to swoop in and take half of everything. He's always been like this ever since we were... Why? What part of illegal substances made you think speaking to the Tiranui was the best move? Why did you have to bring my brothers into this? Exile? Me? For what? What are a few crimes between family? This is what I get for mixing business and family. I should have known better. I thought that since Daiko and I were twins, we'd be similar enough for us to not fight. Guess I was wrong. Now you tell me. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I get paid. Preferably more than Daiko.
Daiko, did you forget the pitch again?
No, of course not. Our lovely customer just loved it so much he wants to hear it again. Our wares are locally sourced and only harvested from those who have been humanely put down.
He means we find dream thralls who are already dead.
Only because we're too scared to kill them ourselves.
My friends, our client must be bored by such details.
I want to crumple into a little ball and forget the last 5 minutes.
Aiko, out of all the schemes you've cooked up, this is by far the dumbest.
Just inhale the substance sharply through your nose and it's perfectly safe. Probably. Shortly after, you should see visions beyond your wildest dreams.
Sea blossoms, fields of stars. What does he know of how we dream?
Now, about payment. I'm fine, just a little woozy. It'll pass. Will you really not pay me?
The first one's always free. Or so I have heard.
Aiko, the last time you got an enterprising streak, you were trying to pass off rotten eggs as Gringill Shark Row.
Oh, I get it. A free sample. And then you'll tell your friends, right? In that case, I thank you.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. We haven't even tested your wares.
Oh, and be careful. It's supposed to be an especially potent batch. Tell your friends, the friends not right here with you, I mean. Actually, before you go, am I the only one who just lost their vision? Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh shit! Is Aiko dead? I told him that spider bite wasn't supposed to be the size of a melon. Didn't I, Shizu?
Yet?
Well, shit.
What do we do now?
3 things you can count on here. Sand, monsters, immortal.
Well, maybe if we're quick, the animancers and viewer can fit.
I didn't know Aiko was interested in farming.
All right, Aiko was telling us.
You know, the responsible thing would be to try a sample. To make sure it's safe, of course. I thought you'd never ask. Poor decisions and questionable substances with crewmates. Ah, this takes me back. Reminds me of the time I tried to buy coral snuff and Deadfire. Pretty sure it was sawdust.
I think we've been duped. Rather disappointing. Drug dealers are usually so reliable. You learned a valuable lesson. That's something.
Why do you cloud your eyes? Could we not have shown you these things?
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Something illegal in the only town for miles? You should sign up for the Tiranui. We could use smart folks like you. I'm sure some...
Brilliant deduction, Constable. You're a credit to law enforcement.
Yeah, well, thank you for being such a good citizen. Make sure to come back once you've got something I can actually work with. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone. Oh, you're back. Wait, was it an elf and their two strange friends?
No comment. Whoever we did or didn't see,
Oh, they're very well known to me. Thanks for letting me know, Envoy. What did you even get from them? Sure, I'll take extra special. I wish this was the dump. Yeah, well, you're...
I almost forgot you three grew up together.
Didn't you know? The twins are my brothers. Though, I guess I can see the confusion. I do take more after my mother. I suppose it was only a matter of time. Well, seems like I have to thank you for letting me know. I should check in on Daiko, too. Here, we hand these out to the kids from time to time. I'll take the drugs from here.
There you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Reengrim? Well, with her skill in spellcraft, she certainly could do so if she wanted to. The Circle of Archmagi. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Aldra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still... There must be something in there of interest to... I knew I liked you. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so...
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect.
Minowa, thank goodness I found you. I must share this with you.
You shouldn't have.
No, this is important. Stay a moment. Let me speak. Minowa, how thy waves do break upon my haggard shore. The horizon of thy smile filleth me to the gunwales.
Honestly, Umato.
Thy seagull cry pierceth my heart. Clear the decks, that I might spirit thee away. Together we sail smoothly as the stars guideth our way.
You're so creative.
Oh, you hesitate. Have I offended you somehow? Do you doubt my regard for you?
Well, you did compare me to a seagull.
Ah, isn't this a surprise? Giada, come say hello.
popping up in those major